Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SDHSAA. There we go. Got it all in one. Look at that. State tournament. I'm your host, here, joined by the one and only Skepta, and we are here to bring you some wonderful League of Legends action here at state finals. Skep, how you doing, man?
I am doing good. Want to give, an apology to all of our viewers for the little bit of delays that we were dealing with today. It wouldn't be a online or an in-person tournament without running through some hiccups, but we are getting everything sorted out and underway. We have the top 8 League of Legends teams in South Dakota competing for that state title. Going to get through most of the games today. I believe we will have championship matchup tomorrow, Fever, but I am excited to be here and happy to be by your side.
Yes, sir. Especially on this wonderful day that is Valentine's Day,
Of course.
eh?
Heart to all the
uh,
heart to all the lovely gamers in
right.
person, on the online universe. You know how it
Heart to
goes.
all of them. Yeah, for sure. I'm also forward to seeing all the wonderful games that we have coming up here because we are starting off pretty strong here. We're going to be seeing first seed Dakota Valley Purple up against one of the underdogs of this bracket. But it is going to be quite an interesting thing because they are here for a reason. You made it to top 8. You made it to state finals. So I'm excited to see what Duel has on their JV team here. I'm really excited because we do know that Duel is also the varsity team is joining us as well as the fourth seed. So I want to see what this school has in store as they are seeming to be pretty competent in the League of Legends side of things.
For sure. I mean, having both of your schools' team make it to the top 8 is definitely a positive note, right? To take, regardless of how this round one matchup ends up going and transpiring. You're playing against the number 1 seed, right? So realistically, the 8 seed not favored, but not saying that it's an impossible scenario, right? We are playing best of 3 format as well, so you kind of have a couple chances, if you will, not so much just a one life, one game, and you're already eliminated. So definitely looking forward to getting into the action. As you've said, Lefevre, we appreciate all of your guys' patience again, and hope that we can provide some fun entertainment and some awesome League of Legends gameplay for everybody.
For sure. I do believe everyone's getting the game here shortly, and I'm wondering what champions we're going to be seeing here from these characters in these players because for a lot of the times they seem to be pretty off meta or just kind of just picking your favorites a lot of the times,
Yep.
but there's always some surprises. There's always some Heimerdingers in there. Always some like I think Vex is a weird one that I've seen every now and again.
I think, yeah, like the main kind of point for high school play compared to the other levels of competition that I have kind of played in, coached at, you name it, kind of done it all. But like the main thing for these younger players is the comfortability aspect. Picking champions that they are very comfortable on, they have most amount of playtime on. That's traditionally how we are going to see the pick ban process going as well. A lot of the bans will be mainly targeted towards one, maybe 2 players. Usually, a team kind of picks this is the player that we need to worry about the most. I've done some research on their OPGG, which basically, for the not so knowledgeable League of Legends enjoyer, would be like your history of all of the champions that this person has played, win rates, pick rates, how good they usually perform on said champion. So, lots of champs to pick from in League of Legends. I'm sure Lefevre and I will be shouting about quite a few different names for today. So,
Right.
hopefully, we can give you guys as good of a basic understanding level as you need to know. League of Legends being a 5 versus 5 MOBA, which stands for Multiplayer Online Battle Arena. We kind of have a bird's eye view up above all of our champions on Summoner's Rift. And sorry, Lefevre, you just got to run through it
No, you're
sometimes.
good. You're good. Go ahead.
3 different lanes. You have the top lane, which is traditionally a 1 versus 1 tanks kind of bruisery, guys that can kind of stand in front, be protectors of the team. You have your jungle, which is your most non-traditional role in the game. He's kind of the helper. He's kind of like you, Fever, the helper,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
will.
Yes,
Kind
sir.
of
Yes, sir.
jack of all trades. He's going to go all over the place, make sure that he's putting out fires, protecting teammates and gaining neutral objectives. We've got the mid lane, usually assassins or mages traditionally, and then last but not least being the bot lane, the only lane with multiple people involved, and it's usually your attack damage carry and a support as like the protector, usually an enchanter or some other sort of tank that can kind of keep the AD carry safe. AD carry providing most or a majority of your damage in the 5v5 setting of League of Legends. So, very basic understanding. The whole goal of the game is to destroy the other team's nexus, which is basically like their main base. It's covered by lots of towers. There's minions, and then all these little AI creatures that walk down the lanes. You got to gather gold to buy items. You get stronger as the game goes on. If I say everything at the same time, it sounds a lot more of a mess than it actually is. Once we get into the game and we're just kind of bringing you guys along with the journey with us, you'll get an understanding of it. Right. Starts out slow, gradually picks up pace. Everything has more meaning later on in the game. If you are eliminated, the death timer is a lot longer. So, there's a lot there, Fever. But
for sure,
you've been learning yourself. So how are you feeling coming into today?
I'm feeling ready. I'm more of a fighting game connoisseur on my side of the world. So I'm more of a for sure. So I'm more of a Smash Brothers, Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6 type of guy. But I've been playing League for on and off for about 3 years now, and it's a lot. But that's why me and Skeptor here are ready to guide your hand. We will be there, your guiding light through the mayhem that some of you might find yourselves in.
Yeah, you're dealing with one of the GOATs, right? Like, I have no problem with giving myself a shout out and a pat on the back. I on the contrary, have been playing League of Legends and doing things involving League for over a decade at this point.
Yeah.
Or like close to.
Maybe, I think over a decade sounds about right. Yeah.
Almost like a decade on the dot, basically. Like, I think I started playing like 2016 or summer of 2015 going into 2016. So, we're in 2025 now. So, essentially, it's been 10 years.
Give it a few months and we're going to get there.
Yeah, it's actually insane to say that out loud and to truly think about it, but League of Legends is one of my all-time favorite games. In a team-based setting, this truly feels like the best game that I have played, whether that was at the collegiate level or just playing with friends that I met along the way. A lot of very good relationships have come from, playing this game and just learning and going to tournaments, etc. Right? I'm sure you can say the same thing about your fighting game experience. Going there, meeting your competition. Maybe you start out as rivals, don't have the best of relationship, but all it takes is playing against them 1 or 2 times, and then the next thing you know, you guys are hanging out and everybody's friendly. So that's that. Right. I think that's truly the beauty of it, and hopefully our players here at the South Dakota State Tournament can kind of get that experience for themselves as well.
Right, because at LANs, you truly get to put some faces to those names that you've been seeing. Because to my knowledge, we have missed out on seeing the past 8 weeks that the South Dakota players have been, grinding towards. They would have been playing a whole entire season long behind the curtains to meet up here in state finals. They've probably seen a lot of these heavy hitter names and tags, but we are finally able to say, oh, you're, whatever face. I don't know. What? You're Rat Cat? Oh, I'm Cypher. Nice to meet you.
You're the guy who plays Garen and absolutely tears the team apart every time you're on the Garen, dude. We're banning your Garen. I like you, but you're not going to get to play Garen against us today.
Exactly.
That kind of stuff. So
it's a great thing, truly.
The good thing for our players though is I think that it's that best of 3 format, right? So that's one of the big things to kind of keep in mind.
Right, because one of the big things is, like Skep mentioned earlier, there are going to be a banning phase where you get to ban characters. For game number 1, we see times where there isn't a whole lot of actual going into the ban phase itself because you don't know what the other players are, picking, right? So you just kind of ban whatever you don't like to see. But with game number 2, whatever you didn't like fighting or whatever you didn't want to see on that enemy team that you saw, you just get to take them right out. And then that changes up the gameplay drastically because then you're going to have to adapt on the spot. And that's part of League that I really like. It's how do you adapt from someone kind of just beating you in the head in game number one. But it looks like we have some pretty good picks right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing. It's also the new champion Mel that is being picked on the side of. What is left side production? Would you happen to know?
Well, left side's blue side, so we can
Okay,
say that if for generic terms.
right. For blue, it's it's Dakota. Okay, okay. Dakota Valley, Dakota Valley. Okay, Dakota Valley on the left side. Then we cannot forget Duel on the right. I'm excited for what we have. Mel, Corky getting picked. Fizz. We got some little gremlins on Dakota Valley here.
And we got so champion pools looking pretty interesting. And the thing is like I said beforehand, we're going to be seeing comfort, right? Comfort is going to be king in these scenarios for players that don't have as much experience, right? And especially most of these players playing on land for their very first time ever. So nerves got to be at an all-time high. Excitement is obviously right up there as well, but mainly just going to see picks that people are comfortable on playing wise, right, Fever?
Right. And I'm kind of seeing that already. We have the Misfortune and Master Yi, which are traditionally more of the starter characters that you get to experience within League of Legends. So I'm assuming we're going to be seeing some pretty comfort picks there. Morgana being another early game within your lifetime of playing League that you're going to be seeing. But again, I'm interested to see how we do shake things up with that format though, because Mel, again, one of the brand new champions to League of Legends. I think she just got added a little over a month ago, or maybe
Yeah,
even a little less
newest
than a
champ.
month ago. Yeah.
She's
Uh,
newest champ for sure.
I gonna be honest, I couldn't quite figure out how she's worked yet. Do you have any insight for that, Scap?
Well, she can be played at the support position or the mid lane position, so technically a flex pick, which
Okay,
is
sure.
something that kind of adds levels and layers to your drafting phase as a team. There are a few champions in League of Legends that can be played in multiple different areas of the game. So like picking something like a Mel or something like, I mean, you name it. There's Maokai, for example, can be played at support or jungle or
He can
top
kind
lane
of do it
even.
all.
Yeah,
Brand
so
is
like
who we saw at Defuel that can kind of really do it all. But I think we're gonna be seeing him in mid lane.
Brand's a beast. Brand's a pretty stationary mage for the most part, so we'll see how he does into the Fizz matchup. Fizz is one of the slipperiest assassins in the game. I mean, he's a literal fish, man. So like he is very
Right.
hard to get your hands on. Fish out of water, you name it. The dude's a beast, though. He's a fun champion.
Hmm.
Playful Trickster is his little nickname. So if that tells you
Okay,
anything that you need to be aware of, he's very hard to kind of lock down. I can
makes
run through the
sense.
champs real quick. We got Pantheon, Jax, Fizz, Corky, and Mel on the blue side. And on the other side, we have Ambessa. Who else did we have? We had the
Master
Brand.
Yi,
We had
Brand,
Master Yi in the
Misfortune,
jungle.
and
Yep, and
Morgana.
Morgana.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Okay, so interesting thing that I'm seeing off the go here is both of our bot lane players have teleport on the side of Duel,
Ooh,
and that's not the best
normal.
sign
Because isn't it
because
usually burn or ignite rather?
usually you run a defensive spell on your AD carry, like a barrier, like a heal,
Okay.
something along those lines. Both of them bringing teleport just kind of shows a lot more of a weaker fighting stage, right? Your ability to duel and combat the enemy team's bot lane won't be as strong as it kind of normally would be. So we'll kind of keep our eyes peeled on how that goes.
Okay. We are seeing already. We're getting ready to push up a little bit here. Entire team coming in from the fuel in bot lane, looking to start some havoc.
Yeah, four-man bush stack here is very interesting, Fever. So for the viewers at home, these bushes provide a fog of war. So essentially, the other team not able to see that these players are stacked up in this bush. If anybody walked up a little bit too far unexpectedly, they could meet an early first blood. So trying to catch them by surprise here We'll see how long they hang out. Minions have spawned, so they're going to have to get back to their positions pretty shortly, but I don't think they're going to be expecting this. Corgi waltzing into the bush right now. Bound up from the Morgana. This is going to be a first blood going over the way of Duel. Nice start from the game here. Getting out to that early first blood, but will be a little bit delayed on this first minion wave. You can see Fizz already in the mid lane, getting that early push going and trying to find an early advantage.
You got to capitalize off of times like this. When you saw Fuel go all the way to kind of really try to get that Corgi pick, they're putting all their cards in one spot at the moment. So we're seeing a great job of Fizz coming in here to try and put a little bit of pressure on mid lane here. But it does look like Corgi's back up. Okay. No worries, folks. We're just turning off chat real quick. You know how it is. We're seeing some nice pressure already in bot lane right now.
So I'll just give you that heads up now. Just need to tell them to not type. Chat is always going to be there in League of Legends. Some things never change. Trust me on this one. Don't ask me how I know either. I think as a player, you can disable chat, but like from spectating menu, it's just something that we're going to have to deal with. Because I mean, there's things that pop up in the chat like talking
pings.
about timings. Yep, pings. Talking about timings of like summoner spells. You know, that kind of, it's just part of the game.
It's part of the way of life here down in Summoner's Rift. Got a nice push there in bot lane. We're going to have to back up for Dakota Valley. Duel is rather on the back foot, it looks like.
Yeah, so I liked their opening play, right? The idea is good behind that. The only problem with it is look at how Brand was way later to get back to mid lane, and Fizz is up 10 CS right now, creep score. So gold advantage to the mid laner. Pantheon Wing onto the Ambessa. Auto attack gonna go on to the minion. That could have been a solo in the top lane, but a little bit of a misclick coming through from Spin to Win. Okay, this is hilarious. Spin to Win guarantee.
Yeah,
he's got the Garen name, and I made the Garen joke. Like, you can't make that up, bro.
The Garen probably got banned, surely.
It must have. It must have. That's hilarious, though. That's the champ I just picked randomly, and here we have it. We had a brief pause for a moment. Pantheon flashing under tower.
Crazy.
Gets that blood and will survive, but Master Yi showing up late to the scene. Doesn't go and check the bush. Pantheon channeling the recall. Cancels it. Master Yi should pick this one up. No problem. Second elim of the game going over to the side of the 8 seed.
Very nice.
Not too bad.
Misfortune. Trying to put some pressure on this Mel right now. Can't quite capitalize off of it. We have a great push coming in here from Dakota Valley on bot lane.
Oh,
and mid lane. Fizz is wrecking havoc right now. Yeah, Brand's going to have to back up.
Dot on the Brand. Little damage over time, ticking away on the HP bar. Going to be forced to recall and head back to base to refill that HP. Fizz, though, doing a great job in the mid lane, as well as, honestly, across the board right now. You can see the farm lead the way of the 1 seed. They might be down a kill as it stands, but doing a better job racking up that gold from the minions so far in this one. Master Yi and Jax might run into each other here on the Scuttle Crab. Jax going to flash away.
Interesting.
Yeah, a little early on the flash. Wasn't really in harm's way. Fizz was also right there next to him. So
it looks like we're going to turn on this
seeing
Master
those nerves.
Yi. Yeah. Master Yi in a little bit of pressure right now. Morgana and Misfortune going to come up river here. Try to help him out. We got some contention over this Drake right now. So the Drake gives you buffs if you kill it, and that's why there's so much contention right now over it. We're going to try to get a pick off this Morgana. Root on Corvi.
Nice dive in from the Fizz. Big damage on a Morgana. Brand W will land onto a few of them. Mel doing a lot of damage as well. Corki will take out the Misfortune. Brand going to get rooted up now. Fizz, Playful Trickster in. Jax jumping back on 2. And it's a double kill for Corki. And just like that, a very well-fought fight coming through as they reclaim the kill lead now, Fever.
I love the synergy and the team comms that we had there. We were playing so well together. I really liked how we just said, okay, now you go in, you go in, you go in. I can only imagine what the voice chat was like. Very nice stuff from Dakota Valley. Being able to get this dragon as well. Void Grubs have spawned, though. I think we're going to be having to give that up to Duel. But Cloud Drake coming in on the side of Dakota Valley. Very nice buff to start things off. Some gold lead as well can't hurt. As we do see almost a 3K gold lead on the side of Dakota Valley. Those kills are starting to hurt.
Yeah, the gold lead's starting to rack up. The minion score being the big thing, though. I mean, 51 CS for Pantheon, 12 for the Ambessa. Not really a close matchup right now up in the top side of things. A 2-level lead as well for the Pantheon, so much stronger than Ambessa at this current state. And Fizz going in aggressively onto the brand. Chum the Water's going to land. This is a dead man in the mid lane, certainly. Fizz picks that one up. 5-2 now. Dakota Valley Purple making it happen early on in this one, Fever.
It's insane work. I also loved how the Mel came in up the river and just to root him and get them airborne. Very nice.
A good support from the support. Rolling up, shutting down that brand. And that also allows Fizz to kind of have a lot more free roaming potential, right? Can go around, can kind of support his team, and kind of becomes that second jungler, right? Able to go out, put out fires, or help out, aid teammates in whatever way they need it.
For sure. He's definitely looking like a shark, looking for blood. We're already up a level than most of the other people on Duel. Like, bot lane's getting pushed. We've never really seen peace in the side of top lane for this Ambessa.
Yeah, you can see the item advantage right now heavily favoring the Pantheon. Ambessa with just the Doran's Blade and the Longsword. Pantheon's got the Warhammer and a pickaxe on top of the Doran's Blade, so damage right now output in the top lane will not even be comparable. Pantheon also has the Ignite Summoner spell, so kill threat heavily favoring the Centurion.
We're going to see if that comes into
Good
play
root
later
from
on
Mel.
right now. But we
I mean,
do
look
get a
at this
great
poke
root.
from
That's
Mel.
insane!
Ultimate to finish off the misfortune, and I mean, not really respecting that prowess of the brand new champion that is Mel. Her poking ability is quite absurd, as Misfortune not ready for that. And right now, I mean, just needing to stop the bleeding on the Duel JV side of it. Dakota Valley Purple starting to run away with this in the early game.
I mean, a 5K gold lead, you're going to have to find a bandage to put on this this wound here shortly here. We're getting great leads already from top, mid, and bot. Dakota Valley, they're making it known why they're #1 seed right now.
Absolutely. And a bandage might not be enough. We might have to start performing surgery pretty quick here. Master Yi,
sure.
Master Yi in a good position right now, and Master Yi being one of those champions that has the potential to take over a game if played correctly. Flash root, Chum the Waters onto the brand, and he is dead again. A killing spree now for the Mel, and the wound continues to enlarge. Well played so far from Dakota Valley Purple.
This brand needs to play a lot more careful, or he's going to learn the hard way of what happens when you don't.
Do you remember what I told you about Brand when we were loading into the game? Master Yi popping the ultimate Highlander, trying to get in, flashing as well, but not able to close the gap. Cypher flashes the wall, and they're going to get out scot-free.
Great.
I told you Brand was an immobile mid laner, is basically what I said. He doesn't have like any movement abilities, so your positioning has to be on point. You have to be thinking about roaming potentials, especially when that flash is down. And right now, the side of Dakota Valley have been taking complete advantage of that situation and shutting him down. 0-3-1 as it stands.
We'll see if time can change that, but at the moment, it's looking pretty hard. Misfortune trying to help out and defend bot lane.
And Fizz is a very snowbally mid lane. I mean, look at this. Just fighting the Brand on cooldown. No care at all. Knows he's ahead. And, I mean, just showing that damage output potential from the Fizz.
I mean,
half
he's doing a
HP
great
on
job.
one combo. Has Chum the Waters up in like half a second. So, kill threat back online in the mid lane. Ignite also available. Grubs being pinged here from the Jax. They have priority in the mid lane and the top lane. Master Yi walking over by himself. This could be interesting. Calling Brand over, but Pantheon's here as well. Numbers
don't think
heavily
this is
favoring the side of Dakota Valley Fever. This is going to be bad. Chum the
Yeah,
waters
Brand's
onto the
gonna get
Master
picked
Yi.
right now.
Brand is gone. Yi is gone. And Bessa's walking directly into death.
There's
Mel
that
teleports up. And I mean, Dakota Valley are on a different level.
Insane work. I mean, with the Mel teleporting up, it really set in stone of the outcome of that.
Oh,
Dakota
yeah.
Valley
that was
now getting these
a
grubs.
lost cause, bro. There was... Yeah, the second they see that teleport, there needed to be a cancel call on the red side. You are not even in fighting positions as it currently stands, right? You guys are so behind, not only in the gold department, in the kills department, in the item department, right? Like the side of Dakota Valley is miles stronger than their opposition as it currently stands. So like we're saying, bro, the bleeding has to be stopped. You got to take some time. You need to farm some minions, right? You got to force favorable fighting opportunities for the side of Dual JV. But as it currently stands, we are not seeing any sign of that, Fever.
Right, we're going to see if something changes here, or if we're going to be seeing the same story play out here. Mel and Corky here look like are going to be trying to take out this Drake. Or Jack
Drake should be in the bag.
Actually.
Should be in the bag.
Yeah.
No contest
Jack
there.
should be able to
Second
get
dragon of the game. Fizz jumping on top of the Brand again. I mean, look at this damage output.
It's
Good
insane.
trade back from Brand, but overall, Fizz winning out on these trades time and time again.
And such dominance coming in here from this Mel. It's insane work.
I mean, across the board right now, this bot lane is doing crazy things. Mel almost taking that Morgana down. She's forced to flash out.
Woo!
The ultimate comes through from Mel. The mark has been claimed, and Morgana hits the deck. Now MF trying to hide underneath that tower, but Misfortune will falter. A double kill from the Mel, and Fizz gonna take out Brand in the mid lane. It is mayhem all across the rift.
It's a bloody massacre. Top lane needs to play careful here. It's a 1v2 right now, but we know how strong this Pantheon is. We're going to be needing to play super careful right now.
There's a chance
Pantheon looking to push this tower. Master Yi coming in, trying to get a snipe off him.
No Ignite available for the Pantheon. Going to get ulted by the Ambessa. A good fight coming through
There
for
we
Dual
go.
JV. Radcat will find his second kill of the game. But still, just trying to stop that bleeding. Almost up to a 10K gold lead for the side of Dakota Valley Purple.
I mean, they're doing pretty well of what you were saying. We need to pick more favorable fights. So forcing that 1v2, very good on the Fuel JV here. But can they do it consistently, and for how long is the real question. We're going to be seeing while Fizz is trying to make a push on this mid lane here. 3v1. We're going to have to play it careful. Okay, just getting some nice minion waves. Very nice. I think since, bot lane wasn't going so well, we've already gotten tower gone. We're just going to have bot lane come in to help out mid lane. I don't know entirely how favorable that is, though. Okay.
Now, overall, I mean, Dakota Valley in a very dominant position right now, Fever, as it stands.
Let's see if something happens here in mid lane. It's looking like it's pretty contested right now. We do have Master Yi down for quite a little bit of time. Woo! Mel coming in here with the teleport, getting to top lane, helping out with that Pantheon. I think that's going to be the top tower down. I mean, it's just a massacre. Get some nice pushes here. Jax going in to try and bully this Master Yi. Let's see if we can get it off. Okay, good ult coming in here from Jax. Morgana going to try to root him. This could be favorable. Okay, very nice. Very nice pick on that Jax. Borgie coming in here, trying to stop this Yi. Doesn't happen. Master Yi getting that amazing shutdown. Misfortune ult coming in. We get so many kills. We're starting to climb back up, but
Trying to find
top
some
lane.
counterplays. I mean, big time shutdowns coming through for the side of Dual JV. Starting to close that goal lead just a little bit there, Fever. But overall, still in a very good position for the side of Dakota Valley Purple.
Right. But like top lane is kind of doom and gloom right now. Rift Herald on deck right now. It's going to be a big, giant, purple rhinoceros type of guy. Whoever gets that's going to be able to summon him and basically destroy a tower pretty well. This is going to be a huge contention here. We're seeing Pantheon Mel and Master Yi. Brand might be coming up here soon. Mel's looking to bully this Brand. Crazy work. Well, we got the root. I mean, that damage output is insane.
It is insanity. I mean, this is a support that we're seeing, Lefevre. 9-0-2 right now for the Mel. An absolute masterclass being put on as it currently stands.
This Mel is something to be feared over. Mel trying to stop anyone looking to try and take this Rift Herald. And Bessa gonna get caught out here. Good stagger on her as well. As Brand gets back. And Bressa does get sent to the Shadow Realm for about 30 seconds. Okay. Fizz going to get caught out here in bot lane. We're going to have to flash and get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, right now it's just a massacre. And it's getting to the point where it's... I don't really see a point of dual JV pulling this one back. I mean, the gold lead is at an all-time high right now. We're over 10K gold lead now. 12-0-2 for the Mel support. Kind of crazy.
It's not looking great. I mean, dude, this Fizz is just an absolute bully. Like, the damage output is ludicrous. We do get the root on the Fizz, though. Morgana trying to back off. But once that Fizz gets out of there, it's over. His thirst for blood cannot be quenched. Cypher continuing to push forward with this Fizz in bot lane. Mel seeing the Master Yi in the bush. Okay. Corgi coming in here. Ooh, he's got some hands. Mel going down, but quickly shut down by Corgi and Fizz. We do lose the Mel, though. Mel finally being slain for the first time this game. This Fizz is looking to bully this Brand right now. I mean, the level difference is insane. You know the item difference is stagnant. Misfortune coming in from the backside. Okay, Fizz choosing the back off. Very nice, very nice. Gonna have to recall there. Maybe get a regroup and take top lane by surprise?
Let's see. I mean, right now, staying in groups would be one of the bigger things that the side of dual JV could actually do here, right? Like we need to see playing in groups, trying to make plays happen together. If they are isolated and found in positions where they're solo, I mean, they're going to be dead men walking. So trying to play together in some way, shape, or form would be huge. Rift Herald getting summoned in the top side of the map right now. Trying to roam up is Ratcat, getting engaged on and dropped immediately. And look at the damage output coming through from Dakota Valley. We might be witnessing the beginning of the end right here and now. Corky doing some major damage onto the Morgana. This is not a fight that you are going to win. Towers now being sieged, Lefevre. And it's all falling apart in this game number one.
The inhibitor is going down. This does seem to be the end. Misfortune going to try to put a stop to them most likely, but I don't think anything's going to happen here. Yeah, great ulti, but it's not going to be doing anything. It tickled them, rather. It was amusing. Like, this turret damage is going to be quite devastating, though. We're going to have to back up, wait for some minions. We're going to have to take out this tower.
Middle tower going to go down. Master Yi pops the Highlander, flashing in to try to pick up some low HP targets. Immediately gets taken down. Brand trying to do any kind of damage that he can. Not going to happen. 0-10-1 now. A very difficult game coming out from the Brand. Trying to back up. Ambessa running in, looking for blood. Gonna go down. And I mean, just the staggered one by one fight taking right now from Dual JV. Nobody on the same page, Fever, and that's going to cost them big time.
I'm very scared of what's going to happen here. I do believe we're going to be seeing the beginning of the end, like you said earlier. Misfortune going to get ulted by that Mel, and she is legendary right now. We're going to be trying to close this out. Okay, very nice. We do get some nice shutdowns. Master Yi defending the homeland. We were in there for so long, base completely destroyed, but we do get some nice bounties. Gold lead is still pretty hefty though. Like, Brand is having a hard time keeping up with these minions.
We have an exposed Nexus as it stands. Otacon available in the bottom side of the map. The good news for Dual JV is they'll be able to rack up some resources here and try to make some gold back from these super minions coming into the base. But overall, I mean, it's still a very dominant position as it stands from the likes of Dakota Valley Purple, in a prime position to close out this game number 1 of this series.
We're going to see how exactly this story ends for game 1. But right now, it looks like we're just going to have a full assault to mid lane. Jax might be pushing up to try to get this this Ambessa. It's hard to tell.
Chum
Let's
the
see.
waters onto the Brand. Stepping up too far forward again, a usual crime that we are witnessing from the Brand. I mean, the entire team is gonzo. Pantheon ulted into the base, looking to take down this Nexus, and this will be Dakota Valley Purple taking game 1 of this best-of-3 series very handedly.
I mean, it's insane. The teamwork was super fun to watch, but I think we're going to have to go to the drawing board if we want to see the Fuel clutch this out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, some adjustments have to be made. They got to play safer in that early stages of the game. Once Dakota Valley Purple really got things rolling in the mid lane and the bot lane, I mean, the lead kind of expanded to everywhere else on the map and kind of infected everywhere. So, a few good things. Master Yi played a very good game from the jungle side of things, but overall, some adjustments will have to be made from the side of Dual JV.
For sure. And I think as we're going to break here, right, production?
I think just for a couple minutes.
No? Okay. Okay, go to the next game, go to the next game. Never mind, never mind. I love telling a good fib. Keep you on your toes. But I think the Brand might have to take a little bit of a timeout, a backseater, if you will. We might need to see another champion who can take up with this mobility that this Fizz is kind of dealing with. It's super hard to deal with something like this Fizz when you have such a disadvantage. So I'm assuming bans. If I had to guess, I'm assuming Mel's hard banned for sure. Like, that's instant one. Like, if I'm Dual, hard ban Mel. Game 1, this frame 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the South Dakota Esports State Tournament. I'm your host, LaFever, joined by the one and only Skeptor as we get ready for game number 2 here between Dakota Valley and Dual here.
Back into the action we go, Fever. A little bit of a switch up here. We have
I'm liking it.
We have Dual switching over to the blue side of the map, so hoping that swapping up the sides may help them out a little bit. We are sticking with the Ambessa in the top lane and the Morgana from the side of Dual, but every other champion in the game being swapped out. And I mean, similarities in the drafts, but overall lots of switching. And I think we also are seeing Garen getting his Garen this game.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what that holds in store because Dakota Valley is very prominent and dominant on this Garen, it would seem. So I'm excited that he gets to play with his toy. But also we do see a Hui coming in here from mid lane as well from Dakota Valley, which is also very exciting to see. It's just a fun champion that I like to watch. But Pyke also going to be support, which I've not seen a lot of Pyke Would
Pike's a
you
beast.
would you happen to inform me?
Well, okay, based on what we just saw from that game one performance from the Mel, right?
Mhm.
How much supporting did we see, right? Mel was killing
You know,
everybody.
that's fair.
We picked a champion that has a high output of damage. Clearly, we are very confident at that support position for Dakota Valley Purple. And what Pike does is he's a hook based champion, right? Kind of like
Gotcha.
your Nautilus, your Blitzcrank, or your Thresh.
Yeah.
However, he's like an assassin style support. So heavy output damage. His ultimate from the depths is an execute. It's that giant X that pops up on the map.
Oh,
and
sure.
if you're at that certain HP bar, you automatically die. And the other benefit of that is it has a passive of your cut. So whoever was supporting you in attaining that kill, they also get the same kill credit worth of gold. So essentially, Pike can like
Oh.
double the gold you make from getting those eliminations if he executes them with his ultimate ability. So
Very interesting. Okay.
right up that support's alley based on what we just witnessed game one, watching that Mel take over the game. I mean, probably did second most to most damage in the entire lobby.
Yeah.
I finished with double-digit kills, you know, almost more than the dual JV team combined, which is, you know, credit in its own right. But I'm not surprised to see Pike being in that champion pool as well. As main point I'm trying to make there.
Right. I mean, you had to play someone before the new champ came out. So Pike does seem to be a very dominant, and I'm very excited to see what we have in store in terms of actual gameplay. Because you know, the champion can do a lot, but it's how you use it with your team is what makes the difference, what gets you those wins. But then again, we do have God King Garen on spin to win guarantee. I'm very excited as we get in the game here for game number 2. Summoner's Rift. Remember, Dakota Valley up 1-0. If Dakota Valley wins this, they will be able to just win the series outright.
Yep. So the thing that I'm noticing off the get-go here, Fever, is we had a bit of a role swap on the winning side of Dakota Valley Purple. Cypher was playing the Fizz in the mid lane game 1. And now Cypher's on the Nunu in the jungle for game 2, right? So a bit of a switch up indeed in that regard.
For sure. I mean, we were seeing the Fizz kind of be a off jungle, which, you know, it's not really a thing, but like it was very lethal is what we saw, where Fizz kind of got bored of the mid lane, spread out a little bit, and we did see him be a very good wanderer. So maybe we wanted to put ourselves in the actual shoes of jungle there.
The thing, too, here to point out is early invade now coming through from the blue side, looking for Garen. Getting some good chip damage, should be okay. Pike showing up late to the party. Has some support with him. Hui and Nunu close by. And now blue side getting forced out of this bush. They have it warded, so they see this Ambessa hiding in the bush. Whoa, flashing out early.
Yeah.
Not sure what's going on. This is a mess, and this is very bad from the side of Dual JV. Jungle now going to be put immensely behind from this. Down to half HP already. Has no health potion for this jungle clear. And is now not going to get a leash based on minions already being spawned in. So Diana put in a very detrimental position. Might even die to this first jungle camp, dude. 1 or 2 hits away from dying. I mean, this is scary. Veigar forced to help leash now as well. The buff got reset. Oh my goodness.
This is horrifying.
Yeah, this is like the opposite of what you needed to start this game out for the side of Dual JV. Flashing in, aggressive maneuver from the Pike. Level 2 on Tristana, first blood.
Crazy.
Yeah, dude. I mean, what did we say about the Pike? Aggressive kill champion, hooked Ziggs, dead to rights, flashes away from the Tristana W, will level up the follow flash. Are you serious? Okay, we're losing our minds.
Pike able to get it though.
Yeah, this is mayhem already. 2 minutes and 30 seconds into this one. Trading on both sides. Ambessa now looking to fight the Garen in the top lane. Level advantage, though, for the Garen. Ambessa tanking these minions, not respecting the Ignite, and now dead to rights.
when you have Garen in your name, man, you're gonna have to respect it.
Yeah,
Gotta
man.
play careful here.
And I mean, down a
Insane.
level too, like you have teleport, Garen has ignite, and you're down a level and you're trying to take that one-on-one, not very well thought out coming through from Noble in the top lane. Costly mistakes early, Fever, and this is very similar start to what we saw in game number 1. Early leads built up in the early game and then never being able to kind of claw your way out of this hole for the side of Dual JV. So requesting that better early game start, not getting it, and now already kind of panic button having to be hit here for the side of Dual JV.
Right, because we're already down so much. It's looking really hard. Pike gonna come in here and try to
Morgana's
start some
dead.
action.
No flash available, no defensive summoner spells. This Tristana Pike lane is built for one thing and one thing alone, and that is to kill. Nunu
big
showing up.
snowball. Oh, getting that stun.
Diana has no flash to get out of this, will get stunned, has a lot of damage, but the bot lane is here to help. Ratcat gets rooted up. One auto will do it. Tristana already at a 3-1-1 scoreline. Red buff active, taking some turret shots, so will go down, but not before finding the double kill. A shutdown over to Ziggs, and I mean, this is mayhem, Fever.
It's looking insane. We have such a great gold lead already, 2-6. I mean, it really says for itself. Tristana is on a killing spree right now, and we're getting so much that CS lead because since everyone's being so staggered so consistently and constantly, we're not really able to keep up. Like, Vigar is having such a time trying to keep up with this way, but we just can't do anything.
I mean, overall, witnessing a very dominant start to this early game coming out from the side of Dakota Valley Purple. Nunu spots this Vagar, gets the cage up, so should be okay. And a lot better start from the mid lane coming out from Ginger Man. Was struggling on that brand in game 1, trying to play a lot more safer, it feels like, in the mid lane this game. This time, Pike, though, showing up on the mid lane. Roam will land the Bone Skewer onto the Vagar. Lots of chip damage from Hui. Has that teleport available, so should be able to get back to lane if necessary. Garen, though, packing a punch in the top lane. We saw a dominant Pantheon performance in game number 1, and Vagar not ready for the Hui W to come through and claim that one. Pike showing back up to the bot lane now. Very slippery champion. He will hook the Morgana, and I mean, look at this damage from Tristana. One more auto, and that'll do it. Cheval been struggling in this game number 2. Black shields have not been getting placed at the
heavens
or necessary time. Now, Diana showing up to Tribush, trying to get a ward down. The bomb will tick and tick away. Tristana picks that one up. Another Bone Skewer from the Doctor. And Dr. Natron has one thing on his mind, and it is the blood of his enemies from Dual JV right now. Oh, flashing in from Garen now. Ignite on to Noble immediately. Flash about to come off cooldown, but the Demacian justice will be laid upon thee. And it's 11-2, and I mean, my goodness, Fever. This one's getting uglier than the last one was.
Much quicker. We are seeing such a bloodbath. We cannot escape the wrath of this Tristana here. And this Garen is putting in so much work right now. Void Grub's going to be taken by Nunu here.
Yeah, I mean, across the board. Oh, yeah, you can. He's got Diana and Vagar showing up, though, on his 6 right now. So got to be a little bit careful. Diana will smite one away, so good on the side of Dual JV to take one back. Nunu starting to fight. Hui showing up late to the party. Diana trying to lay down what damage she can. But with this Hui damage coming through, it's going to get nasty, and it's going to look like a double kill the way of Dakota Valley Purple claiming 2 grubs. Wait, no. 2 grubs got taken by Dual JV. So, not the end of the world. They managed to get a couple of the grubs, but at what cost? Look at the shutdowns on the right side of your scoreboard at the bottom of your screen. I mean, everybody has a bounty on their head except the Nunu so far. So, lots of gold out on the Rift to be found by the side of Dual JV if they can manage. But look at Pike showing back
Dude.
up to the scene of the crime. Tristana jumps in. Morgana one shot away from going down. And I mean, again, standing so far forward, not really respecting what has been taking place in this bot lane.
Right, because this Morgana, we keep thinking that for a support we can go out in the open like that, but we really can't. We just need to stay behind the Ziggs at all time because even he is having a hard
Next
time.
to even, like,
Yeah,
you know,
we're
it's
just struggling.
no vision. Pike able to roam around the map at free will. Big damage going to start coming onto this tower. Nice E flash
way.
from the Pike. The E damage from Tristana on the tower will pop, and Ziggs will go down. Morgana can't even contest this tower now, so it should be a free plate picked up by Tristana. And I mean, this bot lane duo has been showing that they have put in their work, and they have the synergy required to be a 1-seed bot lane. Forced a flash off of nothing from Morgana, just knowing that Pike is close by. That's the level of, like, fear that has been struck into the hearts of this dual JV bot lane.
At least they didn't stagger, but at the same time, this Jigs is not looking great right now.
Dead to rights.
Unfortunate. Oh, there's
Diana
this
showing
Morgana.
up. Pike trying to get out of harm's way. Has the E coming up shortly. Nice ultimate from Diana, and a shutdown will finally come through. Much needed gold to find on the side of dual JV. But right now, I mean, 16-3 scoreline, about just over a 7K gold lead as well, and we haven't even hit the 10-minute mark yet, Fever.
It is a PB world record that they are trying to go for the quickest league game. I don't even know if that's. What do you think the quickest league game even is?
I think the quickest league game of all time at the pro level was back in like 2014 to 2016 timeframe.
Sure.
And I think it was around like a 17-minute game. I think it was it was like an academy team playing to promote into the main league, and they just got absolutely obliterated by the team that was already pro. Way flashing under two turrets. We are getting way too spicy for ourselves over on the side of Dakota Valley Purple.
Way.
Like, you know, time and place, right? We're still very early on in the tournament. This is game number 2. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Yeah, we're winning right now. Let's play like we're playing against the best, right?
Right.
Let's play like we're going to hold some respect for ourselves as a number 1 seed. Because some of the things what we're seeing right now, if some of these plays were taking place against, you know, maybe the 2, maybe the 3 seed, they would be getting punished. Diana, too far forward. New ultimate going to find this one. Cypher picking that one up. 17-3 now. Garen and Bessa duking it out in the top lane here, Fever. And Garen with a hefty item advantage and a level lead. So should be okay for the time being.
Right. We're trying to get that gold bounty, though, but it's not looking too fruitful.
Garen trying to take this tower. Nunu and Pike showing up. It's a whole squad effort. A 3-on-1 for the poor Mbessa. No shot of survival. Garen now. Go for it.
Soul is another soul is claimed here.
Yeah.
Like, what we need to do is.
Not this.
Not this.
Not this.
Morgana, no.
So the worst part about situations like this for the losing team, right, is like your normal typical tasks in league that you kind of do by yourself are no longer an actual option for you when you are kind of getting blown out of the water like this. 3-20 on the score, the kill feed. Over a 10,000 gold lead already at just 11 minutes and 30 seconds. So very insane work coming through from Dakota Valley Purple. Look at the items across the board. We're just getting to our first items on the side of dual JV. Other team is already working on their second item. They already have their boots upgraded, right? Like, the power level is not even comparable as it currently stands. And, you know, I think that we're starting to look a little bit demoralized on the side of dual JV. It's not a place you want to be in, but now more than ever, solid team play is required. You have to be grouped up. You have to be doing things together. I'm seeing too many individual things coming out from dual JV, and that's why they continue to get punished.
Like, great examples of this are the Mbessa right here. We're trying to push top lane, but this Garen, he's too much of a threat. We can't do anything. You are going to get slain by this Garen. This Morgana, she can't do anything without
trying to
Vigard
ward solo, and it's costing her life like almost every time.
Definitely.
And
And that's why Vigar's here, because we can't do anything with this Ziggs and Morgana. We're going to have to abandon mid lane here to try and push bot lane and just get them off us.
the other crazy thing that we're seeing too is like, even though the side of Dakota Valley have this massive gold lead, we've still been seeing a lot of team effort plays. Pyke gonna go down here, biting off more than he can chew, gets caged up, will go down. Nunu looking for the world's biggest snowball.
Okay.
Will get rooted by the Morgana. This is a potential good fight, but as I say that, Tristana jumps into the back line, goes untouched, and now will light up that kill feed. Hui shows up, Nunu survives, and right now Dakota Valley Purple can do no wrong.
My jaw is on the floor. No way Tristana was able to just gun them all down.
Dude, she's
Crazy
so fed.
work.
I mean, she's got 12 kills, and Dual JV have a total of 4 right now. So,
yeah. I
yeah.
fear that's the difference maker.
She does a lot of damage. And AD carry being one of those positions where, like, if the AD carry gets fed early on in the game, you can kind of kiss any hope of getting back into it goodbye if they play correctly and properly, right?
For sure.
There's so many supporting elements and staff that can protect this Tristana. She's already so fed and does... I mean, she's killing everybody in like 3 to 4 attacks, and I'm not even talking about abilities. Garen getting into the mix now. 2 players strong for the side of Dual JV, and Bessa doing what she can, but it's not going to be enough. Tristana blowing her out of the water. 28 to 4 now. Dakota Valley Purple showing why they are a number 1 seed indeed here, Fever. Flash in from the Pyke. Morgana casting the chains onto Tristana. Will W back out to safety before trading back some more autos again, and I mean, Dual JV just continuing to fight in positions in areas where they cannot, and it continues to cost them.
It's insane. I mean, we were talking about how this Tristana is the devil apparently, but like we aren't even uttering the words of Garen and Hui, right? They are also demons in their own right. I mean, like Hui's just being able to entirely force off bot lane all by herself. Diana trying to make a push right now though.
Ziggs goes down. Diana will find a shutdown, but it's feeling too little too late. We are now cracking into inhibitors in inhibitor turrets, and we're just hitting the 15-minute marker in this one. Gold lead, I didn't even want to tell you where it's at right now. It is not looking pretty.
It's looking like the comparison between some companies between me and my wallet here.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well said. And Bessa gonna ult in. This could be a good fight. Nunu casting a good ultimate, though, and look at that Tristana bomb. Doing absurd amounts of damage. The entire team was there, yeah, a second and a half ago, and they're gone. See ya. Ziggs' ultimate was close, does not find it. Tristana still looking for more, and Ziggs is gone now. Tanks the tower, will finally go down, but everybody falling on the side of Dual JV, and the players are looking defeated at this point. Dakota Valley Purple are the real deal, showing you why they are a number 1 seed, folks. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled on how the remainder of their tournament will play out. But this one is feeling done and dusted. It would take an absolute miracle for Dual JV to find a way back into this game. I mean, look at the damage, dude. You can't.
It's not real.
Yeah, like, you can't make it
look
up.
Look at that Beyblade of Garen. That's crazy. I will say, I'm pretty sure this is double elim. So we do still have hope for Dual JV here. We might be trying to kind of save
next series
here.
for them then, if that's what that is. Because I mean, this one, dude, is just.
I fear a GG's go next is
18,000 gold lead. I couldn't tell you the last time I've seen a gold lead to this extent. Dead man. See you, Ziggs. Boop.
It's just what is a man to do here?
I mean, dude, the thing about League 2 is like it's a snowbally and a scaling video game, right? So the early game will dictate how the remainder of the game's going to play out. If you have a very poor start to the game, which we saw, right? Everybody was behind on the back foot again from the get-go. And I mean, this time it was much worse than what we saw in game number 1. Right. 45 to 7 on the kill chart. Nexus turret's going down right here, right now. This should be the end of this one. Tristana takes down the Ziggs before hitting the deck herself. And in just 17 minutes and about 25 25-ish seconds, 26-ish seconds, whatever it'll take here.
17:30 surely. Oh,
Yeah, 27 is the final second timer,
yeah,
but I mean that's going to be one of the quickest games we've seen on the day.
yeah. I mean,
Absolute mayhem fever.
maybe I cursed it by asking how quick was the game.
Maybe.
Maybe that was my fault. But we're gonna have to wait and see as Dakota Valley taking a clean 2-0 off of number 8 seed here. I mean, Duel. It's hard, man. They're
You
number
can
one
learn
for a
from this
reason.
one. Yeah, you can learn from this one. You got to
Yeah.
have a cleaner early game though. You have to set yourself up to have an actual fighting like leg to stand on. Having that early game kind of get swept out from below their feet, you take away any chance of a normal start to the game, any start of being on even terms. Right, we just saw domination from start to finish in that second game of that one. And like we've said time and time again, Dakota Valley Purple showing us exactly why they are a number 1 seed and a team that we will continue to keep our eyes peeled on as this tournament progresses. I believe we are going to figure out what we have coming up for you guys on our second game of the day.
Correct.
We hope that you are enjoying your stay so far. We are happy to be here for the South Dakota State Tournament. Any other closing thoughts before we head over to a break and get ready for round 2 of round 1 or round 2 of round 2?
Yeah, we're gonna have to see where we come in from the rest of the bracket here, but I am still keeping an eye on Dual JV because they did have some synergy. Maybe they're just waking up. It could be early in the morning. They're just waking up, but we'll have to see right after this break, ladies and gentlemen. Do not go anywhere. More League of Legends action will be continuing right after this break.